you know that the universe will always give in abundance what you already feel you're worthy of, and what you already feel you have, and what you appreciate you already have. So please drop in the chat. Um, what is your win since last module? Any win counts, any new client, a successful collaboration, or for me, a moment you caught the old story about, only being worth an hourly rate or not being enough. And now you're choosing a new empowering belief instead. And also, you can feel free to share your intention for tonight. What do you want to receive? What do you want to activate? What do you want to integrate from this session? I was in a one-on-one session with Cheryl, the other day, and uh, I super love how clear she is with her intentions on, becoming a Reiki master teacher and now serving, because she's been doing this like me. I've been doing coaching healing sessions um since 2012. Yeah, since 2012, for free. I was doing the wellness sessions, healing sessions, coaching sessions for free. And then finally, from 2019, I finally, despite everyone else telling me, you're not set out for this, you're not cut out for this, or you cannot start anything from scratch, or you cannot restart, despite what everyone is telling me, um, I started the coaching business officially, right? Starting 2019. So, um, I was having this one-on-one session with Cheryl. She's from Scotland, and she was telling me that finally she's ready. Finally, she's ready to serve. Finally, she's ready to offer, to claim her unique divine soul gifts and to offer her services. And so she enrolled in my Reiki healing level 1 last year. Um, June last year. Yeah, I remember it was June last year in Illuminations Abu Dhabi. And then now she enrolled again in the Reiki Master Apprenticeship. And now she's ready. She's finally ready. She created her um, Facebook page finally. And so, yeah, I'm just celebrating every win that you share with me, that you share to the group. So, yeah, uh, if any of you can resonate with that, like at first you feel ashamed or maybe guilty or shy offering your gifts, and then now you're ready, then you can start one step at a time, like how Cheryl and I are doing. We're starting with a Facebook group, the Instagram, and all the healing coaching swaps. I'm encouraging her to do the healing coaching swaps. So yeah, drop in the chat one win, um, or one blessing, or what is one thing that you're celebrating since last module. Any win counts, any successful collaboration, any old story that you caught within you, and then you're choosing a new empowering belief instead. And again, your intention for tonight, what you want to receive, what you want to activate and integrate from this session together. And yeah, what is your intention for today? And be bold, be honest. Your intentions are decisions. Your intentions are decisions. And the moment you decide, the universe begins rearranging around that decision. And if today you don't have the capacity to type or engage, that is completely fine as well. You're welcome to simply receive. Let my voice hold a space for you. Let my words land fully in your body, even if your mind is tired, even if your hands are full, even if you're in the middle of doing chores right now, even if you're listening while making dinner or you're driving, or I know some of you are lying down with your eyes closed. I remember Denise would always tell me that the master classes are like lullabies for her, like she falls asleep in the classes. So even if you fall asleep, the download is happening, it still works, the activation still happens, and you don't have to work so hard or exert any effort to receive. You just simply allow. And let me just give you a quick recap of last week. So last week was a full house. like this week is an intimate session, but last week it was a full house. So um, we were sharing about our gifts, about our mission, what are we here for in this world. So I just want to give a quick review so it stays fresh as we build on everything that we're build as we build on everything that we're discussing and processing today moving forward. So we remember that you attract what you are. Last week, last module, we remembered who you are here for, and that raising our vibration and changing our self concept, the concept of self, is the true first step to attracting our soul aligned clients. And we clearly defined what we feel supremely qualified to help someone with and pictured exactly who we do it for. Patty got disconnected, but I just want to share what she shared with me this morning. So she said, Patty shared, the aligned alchemist, where the sacred meets the strategic, where tarot meets tactics. Certified NLP coach, life coach, spiritual laws of the universe coach, tarot reader, and Reiki practitioner, helping founders and seekers alike build businesses and lives from their truth, not from their hustle. Truth, not from their hustle. And Leanna's bio is very much, I feel, also is the perfect example for knowing exactly who your message is for. So if you can also share with us your gift statement, your mission statement, Leanna, we would really appreciate that. And yeah, we clearly defined what we feel supremely qualified to help someone with. We pictured exactly who we do it for. Last meeting was all about that. Who is your ideal, perfect for you client? For me, they're the life coaches and the light workers. The yoga instructors, the Reiki practitioners, the meditation coaches. I would love to guide people on how to walk the path as I have walked it. And last meeting, we also walked through the cold, warm, and hot temperatures of the know, like, and trust factor, and we released the pressure of expecting instant trust. We honored the sacred work of nurturing relationships with our collaborators and soul family, not just our clients, but our soul family. A lot of you here, like Isa here, Rashina is on her flight now to Manila. She just came back from Europe. And then she was like, she just sent me a really heartwarming testimonial about, she said because of me, she was able to release the lack mindset. She's now into abundance mindset, and she doesn't need to worry about how she could even pay her monthly fees in our mentoring sessions. She know just for sure that she will have for the next month. And now she's like traveling. She just came back from Europe to Abu Dhabi, to Al Ain, uh, within UAE. So because there are several provinces within UAE, Sharjah, Al Ain, Abu Dhabi. So she just came back from Europe from a 3 week 3 week long Euro trip. And we manifested it together. Uh and then now she's on her way to the Philippines. She had her flight is tonight. That's why she's not here. And also, like, as much as I know for sure when you're plugged in the private mentorship, you will definitely travel. Just like how Leanna, you know, completed her spiritual travels in Asia, in China. I'm so happy. So, uh, yeah, I would love for you to know who are you here for. Like, I really know for sure that I'm here for you guys. And yeah, I would love for you to ask shamelessly for testimonials like how I do, because there are three things. First, it will really help you gain more confidence on the days when you're feeling down. and it's also, so it also solidifies the value that you give, and it's also good for, I mean, it's also good for credibility, right? And last, and definitely not the least, is also important, your client will realize how much value is she receiving from the mentorship with you. Like when you type it, when you write it, you have more awareness of the value that you're receiving, right? And you will inspire others to, of course, um, to do as you do. You practice what you preach. So you will also inspire others to enter into private mentorship with you because you're living the talk. You're walking the talk. So yeah, was guided to tell you the story about how Rosina and I were talking about how our private mentorship was helping her with abundance mindset, and it's not something that you work so hard for, and this module is all about that. I don't want you as coaches, as light workers, to work so hard. Like, it's not and we were talking about this, Patty and I were talking about it recently. It's not about the hustle. It's really about aligning with your highest truth. And um I was also talking to Rosina because it was Rosina that I was recently um communicating with, about how now she's very comfortable earning while traveling. That's something that was not really ingrained in her belief system before. Because I lived that life. I mean, two, three, 1 month ago, I was in Philippines, right? And then 2 weeks, 1 week ago, yeah, 1 week ago, I was in um, Dubai, and then now I am here in Canada. And I'm working. It's not like I'm not working. I am working. Like yesterday, I had a one-on-one session. The day before, I had a one-on-one session, like with Cheryl, with Rashina, with Patty, with a lot of you. I'm communicating with a lot of you and planning collaboration. So, and doing the weekly masterminds. So it's possible. You can earn while traveling. And this is the lifestyle that I chose to live. Although it's still, for a lot of people, it's still very unacceptable for them. But I, I'm living it, right? Like just yesterday, someone who's supposed to pay me three more installment of $555 decided to pay the remaining three installments of 555, because um I have monthly installment um payment plans, right? So she has three more remaining $555, and then yesterday she decided to pay it $555 times three, and so I received it in my Stripe. And the possibilities of earning while traveling is massive, as long as you manage your time, and also as long as you and energy, and also as long as you um offer something valuable. And that is what this module is all about. What is this valuable thing that you're offering, right? What are you offering? Yeah, by the way, as I was saying earlier, if you don't have the capacity or the energy to type or engage, that's perfectly fine. It works just the same. The activation still happens. You don't have to work so hard or exert any effort to receive. You just simply allow. And I'm very, very happy as well when you interact and you share. So yes, I'll be reading your responses. Again, I was asking everyone your wins, your intentions as we begin. And yeah, so I digress. What was I saying? Recap. So let me give you a quick recap of last week. So we walked through the know, like, trust factor, and let me just present my slides. Yes. And then we honor the sacred work of nurturing relationships with our collaborators and soul family, not just our clients. And we anchored into the truth that our promised people are already looking for you, already looking for us. And if we don't serve them, someone else will. I repeat, your promised people are looking for you. If you don't serve them, someone else will. Hold on, let me just reply to a message. I repeat this. Your promised people are already looking for you. If you don't serve them, someone else will. And yeah, last week was about knowing exactly who is waiting for you and who are delighted when they hear your message. Today is about building what you're actually going to offer her, what you're actually going to offer your ideal perfect for your client when she arrives ready for the transformation and all the breakthroughs. So today's focus is module 4, creating your signature soulful program and synchronistic business plan. So grab your journal and with your hearts open and ready to receive, let's begin. And today we're covering 3 things together: high ticket, massive value, high ticket offer instead of hourly firefighting sessions, channeling and creating your signature program or package, and conscious spiritual business strategic planning. And I want you to know that your business can massively change a year from now with the right mindset and strategy in place. So I want you to imagine where you could be in your business a year from now with the right mindset and strategy in place. The right mindset and strategy in place. And I want you to explore what you really want to give to the world. And I have sent this message to our group chat earlier. You are the number one devotee of your brand, of your own brand. People will only ever be as devoted to your work as you are. Reflect on that divine download for a moment. You are the number one devotee of your own brand. Your client's belief in your work will never exceed your own belief in your work. If you value your work, others will. And if you don't, others won't. And if you indeed value your work and still some people don't, they are simply not a vibrational match at this moment. And this truth you must accept, that if they don't value your worth, your value, they're not just a vibrational match. And it's because you're not for everyone. So we gotta focus on those who value you and who give you value. And all the value will flow back and forth to you 10 times fold. That is the law of the universe. And everything is a mirror. Okay, everything is a mirror. And so to create that devotion in yourself, uncover your gift. It's very important. What are you here to give? Instead of writing a vision statement, which tends to live in the future and stay abstract, you write your gift statement, which lives in the present and stays specific. Instead of saying, I will help women heal someday, that someday, a gift statement would say, I hold space for women to release what no longer serves them and remember their own power. So, what is your gift statement? And I just want to quote again what Patty sent me a while ago. I help founders build from truth, not hustle. It can be so short and concise and so powerful like that. What are you here to give? What is your gift statement? And you don't have to wait until you've helped 1,000 women to be considered a healer. I was talking to Cheryl about this in our one-on-one session. And I helped her picture and imagine herself as a Reiki master teacher. And she's like, yeah, of course, absolutely, I can do that. And I was so happy because in our one-on-one session, I have never heard her say that until now. And I was like, wow, the evolution. So now she's ready because she's a teacher like me. And she's like, I can definitely see myself teaching Reiki healing level 1. to light workers. And like, it's you don't have to wait until you've helped thousand thousands of women or clients to be considered a healer or coach. You already are one right now. You're a light worker. That's why you're here. You will never be here if you're not a light worker, if you're not here to share your light to others. Remember that God is the real CEO of your life, and he has already given you permission. Your job as COO is simply to let it flow instead of letting self-doubt hinder you. And you're not waiting to become worthy of your gift. You already carry that gift. The only question left is whether you'll finally build something big enough to expand your vessel and share your gift out into the world. Let me now read the chat. Anne says, choosing acceptance and let go of the fear of judgment. Yes, that's amazing. I'm also in the same process of letting go of the fear of judgment, even, especially with my family. Actually, that's the number one fear that I have. Like, oh my God, if I post this, my family will see it like that. It's still with me. I'm still growing. I'm still evolving in this journey. Hello, my love, Isa. Leia wins. Finally reposted my spiritual content on my personal account. Oh my gosh. This is it. We're in the same. I love this. I initially had shame and fear of disappointment because I separated my spiritual persona and logical persona, especially since most of my peers are academics, scientists, even philosophers. I'm here in this. We're all in this together, my love. Same here. Every time I post something in my spiritual account, I have this shaky feeling like, I did it! I did it finally. Eventually, I stopped caring, but I still didn't post in personal account. But my friend got a download from me. Be shameless. That was a sign to finally post it. Yes, that's also the same download I received. Shameless. Shameless in posting, shameless in asking for testimonials. Like really shameless. Layana, are you referring to this? Yes, plant seeds of love in others by embodying love so fully that it inspires others to discover, cultivate, and share their own. Yes, that's it. I remember you're talking about how you're all about love. You're all about embodying love. That's it. But funny you bring it up because I literally was thinking of updating my social media accounts. Yes, please. If you can also have like your face, your beautiful face, and then your transformational marketing statement or your gift statement. So it can either be like who you help, that's the transformational marketing statement. This is your gift statement, right? So either, whatever you feel called. Yeah, because sometimes I use my transformational marketing statement, but in my Calendly, that's basically my sole purpose or gift statement. Um, just want to present my Calendly. Calendly. Yeah, there. So I put my gift statement here in my Calendly. It is my divine soul gift to hold a loving space, a loving safe space to empower you in embodying your life purpose, gaining core confidence and unleashing your highest potential. I will nurture and teach you how to heal yourself and co-create with the universe. So if you can use this is so beautiful, Leanna. So beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. Plant seeds of love in others by embodying love so fully that inspires others to discover, cultivate, and share their own. This is a gift to read. So good. Isa, I have just released a very kind client today. You fired a client. Why? But I feel completely at peace with it. Released a client. Let me know the background story. I'm so curious. I know this is only redirection for me and it's making space for something I'm more aligned with. Yes, definitely. You can send me a message about it later. And if you want to share more, of course. This is a win that you have released it gently with peace in your heart, my love. And know that it's a redirection for you and it's making space for something you're more aligned with. You have more energy, you have more time. And sometimes it's not even between bad and good, it's between good and better and best, right? It's not actually, let's release the norm that it's between good and bad. The norm for us should always be it's always choosing among good, better, and best. Good, better, and best. Ooh, I received a private message. Win, closing 3 sales in a month. Love it. Congratulations, my love. Why are you sending it as a private message? Celebrate it. Yeah, I love it. Thank you for the wins. All right. So keep them coming. Keep them coming. Now, stop firefighting. This is for all businesses. This is not just for healing, coaching. This is actually for all businesses. And we're dreaming big. You know, we're not anymore thinking small. Many of us in this room have lived through this firefighting hourly sessions. I'm actually still living this in my English teaching job because everyone would still, um, price classes per hour, right? But in my coaching, I have successfully thrived upon these hourly sessions. The truth is, the hourly business model keeps you poor and your client sick. It sets unrealistic expectations for the client who starts to believe that 1 hour with you should undo a pattern she's carried for 20, 30, even 40 or more years. And it puts unnecessary pressure on you as the healer because you start measuring your own worth by how much fixing happened in 60 minutes. I remember I would always um, focus on promoting my hourly sessions because I didn't know any better. I really thought it's the way to go. I really thought that's the only way to go. My previous teachers would just tell me, okay, so now decide on your hourly rate and compute based on the hourly rate. So we were like computing, oh, how much do you want to earn in a month? For example, 1,000 US dollars. And then how much is your hourly rate? So if your hourly rate is $50, so that means, um, wait, I'm doing my math. It's not my strength, so bear with me. That means you should have 20 sessions in a month. So, um, yeah, that was how we used to compute, but it's not the way to go anymore. And if I only knew this before, of course, I would have earned more in the beginning. But now I know it, and now I'm teaching you what I know now, what works, how to really build a sustainable business. You don't measure your own worth by fixing whatever is happening in 60 minutes. It's just so hard to fix everything in 1 hour. And I'm here to tell you now that you got to start offering your clients a holistic solution to their problems. Something that honors the truth that transformation is a process, not a single event. Real change lives in a container. You know, even like consultants, you have a monthly retainer, right? They're charged by a monthly retainer basis. It's not per hour. So I really suggest this works for every other service provider business. You gotta have an hourly rate, of course, because that's what most people would accept. But you gotta have a no-brainer monthly container abundance exchange. Like it's no-brainer that of course I will choose that instead of the hourly rate. Like instead of like booking a $200 hourly rate session, you would provide an unlimited coaching container for like $1,000 per month. You know, of course, it's a no-brainer that your client would choose the monthly container. But this is the module for that. You gotta be giving so much value, and you gotta communicate it in a way that your client will understand. And this is the module for that, in creating a holistic solution to your client's problems, and something that honors the truth that transformation is a process. It's not a single event. Because as I've mentioned, all the problems can be fixed in an hour. Real change lives in a container. In a container where there's time to integrate, time to process everything, time to incubate, what else? Time to actually embody the shift, not just intellectually understand all of it in one call, but to actually process it together, the old patterns, release the old patterns. And it's not like you talk for 1 hour and then go right back into old patterns the moment life gets busy again. There has to be positive reinforcements, consistent energetic holding. And in any kind of growth, you first plant the seed and then you trust a longer season of care to let the roots actually take hold underground where you cannot see them, but you just know that with consistency and positive reinforcements and constant watering the seed, it will eventually bloom and you will eventually harvest. And you were never meant to be a quick fix. So let your offer reflect that truth, that we're done. We're done with firefighting. We're just done with it. So now, why high end? To be truly financially free, I implore you, I ask you, and I heavily suggest for you to please do not build your business solely on low-end clients and audiences. And it's a very, very common thing still nowadays to focus on low-end clients, just like how Chinese businessmen do it, right? But when you focus on low-end clients, it will exhaust you before it enriches you. And my mentor would always tell me, build your wealth first and then help those less fortunate. So before you do the charity events or the pro bono or the low-end ticket, the offers, you build from a place of true abundance first rather than depletion, rather than desperation. And a sustainable split to hold in your business is 80% high end, 10% mid to low end, and 10% charity or pro bono. This is not a strict rule, but this way, your generosity is funded by your abundance, not by your exhaustion. I honestly I still have a lot of extended installment payments plans which I will soon eliminate in my business, because I realized that those who have paid really good abundance exchange based on what's written on my website, they're the ones who manifested millions. They're the ones who manifested their most compatible divine life soulmate, or their sustainable business, or travels all around the world, or they're the ones who manifested high-end clients. They're the ones who really value you, will also receive the value 10 times fold. That's just how it is. So um I want you to come up with flexible options in your business, but also be mindful that there has to be a sustainable split to hold your business sustainable. And your generosity should be funded by your abundance, not by your exhaustion. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And I've learned this lesson over and over again. I've learned this lesson the hard way over and over again. You cannot give your community your full magic if you're drowning in underpriced hourly work. I was here for a long time, from 2012 to 2019 until like 2023, 2024. It's just really 2023, 2024 that I really started to be have more healthy boundaries in my business. So I also give free community coaching calls, but it's coming from abundance, not from exhaustion or depletion now. And my constant prayer is always to attract high value clients who appreciate the value that I give. And in return, I bless them 10 times fold. That's how it is. And I would want you to intend for the same. So let's get honest about the difference between low end and high end clients, because this single distinction changes the entire trajectory of your business. Non-benefits of low end clients: they often lack the mindset needed to sustain real change. They operate from fear rather than expansion. They tend to be poor decision makers. They're resistant to change, and they're stuck in blame. They're focused on the price, on, oh, is it really worthy? Oh my gosh, I cannot afford. I'm on a budget, blah, blah, blah. They're focused on bargain hunting. They're unwilling to pay you, especially for your overtime. They're unwilling to pay. They want lots of free stuff. They're quick to change their mind with no loyalty. And they're only conditionally happy with you. And they often don't respect your time. They don't respect your value. They don't respect your boundaries. I've been through so many of this. And until now, I would still attract some of these people, but not as much as before. And I have better discernment now. Have you? Give me an emoji if you've ever experienced clients like this. If you can resonate with these kinds of clients, if you know what it is and how it truly feels like to have um, clients like this before. And if you're done with this, if you're finally done with this, if you're finally ready for your high-end clients. Are you ready for your high-end clients? Are you ready to serve your high-end clients now? Just give me an emoji or a yes, or I'm ready. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for your emojis. How about the others? Are you ready? Are you now ready to attract your high-end clients? And you know what's so good about high-end clients? You don't actually have to have thousands or hundreds of these high-end clients. You can just have a handful, or two handfuls, 10. Like right now, I have 10 high, like those. It varies, sometimes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But I have these high-end clients that I mentor privately, on a private basis, on a one-to-one basis. So now, benefits of high-end clients. Thank you for your emojis. They come with an abundance mindset. They're committed, and they operate from ROI, or return on investment, rather than fear of loss. They're quick decision makers. They're focused on quality over cost. They recognize they're responsible for their own results while still valuing your guidance. Like, I love clients like this. You're all like this here in this room. I just wanna give a shout out to Leanna, because we've been working for a long time, like 7 months, right? And I feel this so much, that you're so responsible for your own results, and you also very much value my guidance, and also that you actually tell me the best way to serve you. Like, that's something that I really appreciate from you, that you were so honest to tell me the best way to serve you, and what works for you and what doesn't. I mean, it helped me a lot. I never really had a client like that before who would really tell me, you know, this is how I feel I can best be heard. This is the pacing that I would enjoy. You know, like and then I would love to be able to present my ideas to you. And like when you always present your ideas to me, like you come prepared in the one-on-one sessions. I feel like I'm so blessed to have you as a private client and soul sister. Like you come to the one-on-one sessions prepared. I mean, how lucky I am to have a client like that. Like you present to me everything, like every session is really intentional. Like you never come to a session without anything, fruitful or valuable. I mean, all of you here, of course, you come to the sessions. I mean, I just wanna I feel like that comes from your academe background, right? Academe background and yeah, the scientific side of you. Yeah. So yeah, I was able to attract clients like you guys because I did the cosmic ordering process like last time, the way I taught you. I really wrote down. I will do that exercise again. Um, like write down your order to the universe. What are the kind of clients that you really want to attract? Like yesterday, I was just praying to God. I was like, I want to serve more people like Cheryl, like because Cheryl, um, she's not that confident yet. Like she's very much taking her time in serving others in the spiritual field. And then, now she's ready. And I just love witnessing that. I Of course we took our time, like we took more than a year. Yeah, we took more than a year. And she took her own time before meeting me. She had other mentors before me. But I just love witnessing that in front of my eyes. And I'm not pressuring you, especially those if you're not yet ready. But I was just like praying that I was so grateful to God, witnessing people grow. Like how I see Patty and Leana, you're now actually showing your face and speaking in front of the camera and like really reaching out to people you want to serve, and in the process they find you. It's just it's just so magical to witness. So yeah, let's go back to the list. They recognize they're responsible for their own results while still valuing your guidance. They're willing to invest, they're loyal, and they're generally easier to work with because they're more accepting of change. They're accepting of transformation instead of resisting every step of it. I also have this prayer to God. If she is not according to this list, I just don't wanna like exert any more energy with that person anymore, Lord God. Like I just protect me from that energy anymore, from that heartbreak. Because it hurts, if someone would say yes and then change her mind, or they don't really respect your time and your value. It hurts because in the human avatar still hurts, right? So yeah, that's my prayer. Like if it's not in alignment with me, just protect me from it. But or especially if there's no lesson that I have to learn. But of course, if I really have to meet the person and there's a lesson, big lesson to learn, then I accept it. And give me the strength to face through the ups and downs and the difficulties and the challenges. So and give me the strength and the grace to rise above the challenges. Okay, this is one I want you to really realize and accept and feel in your body. The last one, they create massive shifts and breakthroughs. That's why I put there exclamation point, exclamation point. They create massive shifts and breakthroughs for them and for you. Your clients are also your teachers in this lifetime. We're all teachers and students of each other. And when they create massive shifts and breakthroughs for themselves, they also create massive shifts and breakthroughs for you, also for their own promised people. The thing is, a client who arrives through a $1 or $5 door tends to carry a $1 or $5 depth of commitment. But a client who arrives through a doorway that required real investment, at least $1,000. That's what I'm saying to everyone. I actually started with $500. My Reiki Master Apprenticeship a long time ago was just $500, 25,000 pesos or 30,000 pesos. But I would really suggest for you to start at least $1,000. It can be installment basis, and then every year increase, like how I increase from 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Sometimes I give promos, gifts, sale. I'm actually planning to do a birthday sale because it's my 41st birthday next month. I'm still meditating upon the sale, but mostly I would be offering it to those who I really love to serve, not for everyone. Like, just to specifically to those. Like, I'm not gonna do a mass an email blast or whatever. I'm just gonna offer it to those who, if they say yes, I'll be so happy, even if it's a promo, it's a discounted rate, special rate. It's because I genuinely want to serve them. Yeah, so I'm coming up with that. If it's also if it's your birthday, if you have an upcoming birthday celebration or Christmas, you could do a Christmas sale. 11/11, there's an 11/11 coming, or 10/10 promo. You can do that. But yeah, I would suggest for it to be at least $1,000. So, a client who arrives through a doorway that required real investment tends to arrive already ready to go deep, because she has already proven to herself before you even meet that she's serious about her own transformation, about her own growth. And you are not overpricing yourself when you charge for depth. You're simply matching your price to the actual size of the value that you give, the gifts that you offer, and the transformation that you deliver. Now, the ideal client, I want you to paint a fuller picture of who you're actually building your offer for. Your ideal client appreciates you. She values the work that you offer. She's wealth conscious. She's coachable. Hold on. The phone is ringing. I don't know if you hear it. But the phone is ringing. Hold on. All right. Hold on. I'm receiving a message. During the eclipse, I received an email and a LinkedIn message with an offer of 400 to 600 per hour for an app or so consultation, but I really feel underqualified for the project. What do you mean, my love? Uh, why do you feel unqualified for it? I want you to, you can send me the background story for this. Um, or you can be like, instead of this, you can reply with a monthly retainer. This is actually what it's supposed to be. 400. That's so normal nowadays. Even my own coach told me, you know what? Your per hour rate should be 397 per hour. And then I was so still resisting to it. I was like, really, 397 per hour? And I still did 188. But honestly, I'm so ready. I'm so ready now to do it 397 per hour. And then um I will offer my monthly retainer, which is, I mean, more more worth it, right? Instead of 397 per hour, a $2,000 dollar per month container is so much more worth it than just paying 397 per hour. But this is a norm nowadays, especially in USA. It's very and here in Canada, I was like, oh, the prices are really times two, times three. So it's just that our minds are not wired to that big. It's let's not make it a big deal. And that's also a message for me. I'm replying to the private message, by the way. And yeah, if you send me a private message, I'm not gonna mention your name. You feel free to message me also on our WhatsApp uh private message thread. My point is the point that I'm saying here is 400 per hour, right? For us, we're still like, I'm not enough for that. But why are other people already receiving that amount? What makes them more qualified than us? We're all the same people. We have our own set of personal experiences. We all have our own set of gifts. We're all equal, right? It's just, I think the only thing that's stopping us is really that's it, the mindset, the programming from 3D consciousness, from third world country programming. And of course, we cannot blame our parents because they were also programmed that way. Okay, I just want to pause for a commercial break because of this message that I'm receiving, private message that I just received from one of you guys. So right now I am in Canada, right? And I'm just I love it here. I'm wishful thinking. I wish my parents, have a house like this instead of um buying farms. 'Cause my parents have a lot of farms, but they don't really have a really beautiful home like this with a lot of plants and a garden, a front yard, a backyard, a gazebo. Like they have two full kitchen, and then my son is a chef, so my son can more easily cook here. I'm just like, this is the standard. This is the norm. This is supposed to be the norm. This is supposed to be the standard of living. And so I know why I'm here. It's to ingrain that in every single cell of my body that this should be the standard. Like I was doing my steps in BGC, I would go back and forth, greenway path. But here it's so easy. Wait, let me just put my light. I forgot my light. Oh my gosh. Here. Here it was so easy to achieve my our 10K steps. You know? Yeah. I bless everyone here to have a home like this, a beautiful home and a front yard and backyard, or whichever home you dream of, and to be able to live in a country, in a place where you feel free to be who you are, and that it's possible for you, it's possible for your loved ones, and it just takes some deep programming for us to come to this, to reach this. And that's why also that's why we travel, right? So we understand that um we understand and we explore, and get accustomed, we get more aware of what's really possible. All right. So to you who sent me that private message, let's continue in our WhatsApp conversation on why you don't feel worthy of 400 per hour when it's actually already offered to you, my love. All right. I'm just checking everyone here. All right. Perfect. I didn't miss any chat, right? Yes, got everything. So just feel free to send your wins, intentions to those who have not yet shared your wins and intentions in the chat. All right, are you ready for the next set? I know that, yes. Give me an emoji if you're ready for the next set. If you're here with me, I just paused. Yay, perfect. I just paused to check if you're here with me. Okay. So the client, ideal client. I want you to list down your ideal client, okay? And this is what I have on my list, but again, you can feel free to come up with your own list. Again, she appreciates you, she values the work you offer, she's wealth conscious. For me, she, okay, or they, I'll say they. They're coachable, they respect your boundaries, they honor the agreements made, including the financial ones. They're highly committed and dedicated to improving their lives, and they're willing to invest in her own advancement. They implement what is taught, rather than just simply collecting information and never using the information. They implement, and they're willing to take risks. They can hold space for others as well as herself. This is something that I love, that they group that, like, they can hold space for a group, meaning they're a good space holder, and also that, for my masterminds, they know how to get along with the other classmates, right? Again, if you don't offer group calls, then you don't need someone who, really are so friendly to others, right? But for me, I love someone who would, willing to, I like actually willing to support each other, to support her classmates. So I love how you support each other here. Like, you follow each other on Instagram, on Facebook, and you like each other's posts. I see it. I observe it. I'm like, oh my God, wow. They met in the class and then now they're liking each other's posts. And I super love seeing that. Um, she is willing to take risks. They're willing to drop the drama, the story, when it no longer serves her. Like, stop the drama already. Of course, you can cry and everything, but you'd always choose. My ideal client would always choose to drop the drama. They're up to big things in the world. They show up on time for appointments, and they're respectful. They're respectful of you and your team. They ask for what she needs instead of complaining about not getting her needs met. I remember Leanna asked for what she needs instead of others who would just, complain that they didn't get their needs met, whatever. The ideal client would ask for what she needs. And I love that in my clients. You ask for what you need. She's willing to try new ideas and actions. For me, willing, open, with an open heart and open mind. She's willing to try new ideas and inspired action steps. When before you only post carousels, now you're willing to do speaking reels. And they're inspiring for you to work with. And you feel genuine enthusiasm about working together. And she's willing to be honest with herself. They're willing to be honest with themselves. So I want you to read through that list again and notice how this feels in your body. You can add more to this list. And I want you to know that this ideal client exists. This is the woman your high ticket container is designed to call in, because the price point itself becomes a filter that only the aligned, only the committed, only the coachable soul can pass through. And remember that you're allowed to build an offer that filters for readiness. Not every soul is meant to work with you right now, and that is perfectly all right. That is simply discernment and energy protection. When you filter, that's why now I would really stop the extended installment payments. I think it served its purpose, but that's just a very like the super extended. I still have the 4 times 14 months, and I still can give discounts, but not anymore the super extended, because I feel that the results are just faster and bigger, more massive for those who who believe more in how they can be a channel of abundant circuitry, of love and light and healing, and also abundant circuitry. So, high-end packages. Let's talk about your high-end packages. Session packages and programs are a great strategy for cash flow, and more importantly, they're a great strategy for actual transformation. The high-end client makes a commitment and an investment in her own self-development. Not just a transaction for an hour of your time, but in her own self-development over a longer period of time. And with these packages, you'll attract clients who realize that transformation is an ongoing process. Just as we need to feed and nourish ourselves daily with food, we also need to nourish and feed our minds, our emotional intelligence, and our energy on a regular basis. I have my own coach who would help me. I have an anchor. I have an anchor whenever their days are not as light, as usual. I mean, the heavy days. And I don't always need to message her, but she's there. Um she's my anchor on a regular basis, like just how I am your anchor on a regular basis. One meal doesn't sustain a body for a lifetime. And one session doesn't sustain a soul through a full transformation. So the high-end client realizes that healing is not a magic bullet that can make problems disappear instantly. Rather, it's empowerment through awareness, understanding, and responsibility. It's built session by session, week by week, exactly the way this very mastermind you're part of right now, this mastermind you're sitting in right now, was built module by module. And, some of you have been with me in the past batch, like Patty was part of the last batch. Denise was part of the last batch. Some of you choose to not watch live, like those who are in Australia, or Cheryl, who's now in Scotland, Yvette in Australia. So the point is, you're plugged in a container. You can you can play the recording, watch the recording whenever you want. It's lifetime access for you. And there's positive reinforcements, module after module. So now, a signature coaching program matters more than random sessions. And I want you to create your game plan in creating your massive high value ticket offer. Before that, I really want to, before we answer these questions, and again, this I've sent in our WhatsApp group chat. You can answer all of this in full on your own free time. But I just want to point out again why a signature program. I've said this so many times, but I just want to say it over and over again. Why a signature program matters more than random sessions. And this works not just in coaching, but in all service provider business. you are not teaching just one piece of wisdom here. And you're not just holding space for 1 hour to talk. You are actually helping them thrive upon an issue or a problem that you yourself have solved. You know the way. You know the path. Like I was talking to Cheryl about this because we had our session recently, and we were figuring out her niche, and then she figured out, oh, addiction is a good one because she has a lot of people in her world who used to be addicted, and she has her own journey with it, not with drugs but with alcohol. But she knows how it feels like. She knows how to thrive upon it. Also, Denise has recently just openly shared her story. She is a recovering or recovered addict. She used to be a victim of drugs and toxic relationship addiction with her ex-partner and everything. um so that's something that she understands, and so that's something that she can easily share and help someone with. So there's an old teaching that says a wanderer without a path exhausts herself simply trying to figure out which direction to walk, while a traveler on a marked road, like okay, this is the way to go, there's street names and everything, can finally relax into the journey. And your signature methodology is the marked road. It's not like you're leading a wanderer without a path. You have a marked road. It is you saying, I've already walked this path. I've already worked through this within me. I've already walked this path enough times to know exactly where the turns are, how you shift and do the turns. So you don't have to find them blindly on your own. Like I have walked the path of self-love and healing so many times, over and over again. I've been broken so many times and rose above it so many times. As a light worker, I know how to help you, how to shift, how to do the twists and turns. And this is not limited to one issue or one problem. Like me, I help in self-love and healing. I also help in intuitive business coaching because I myself am an entrepreneur. So this is what makes your offer relatable. When your program has a name, a structure, a value, a clear beginning and end, your past clients can describe it to their friends also, like, oh, she has this program. It's called the Awakening Coaching Program, and it changed my life. And it's about really unleashing your highest potential into your highest fullest self. Or maybe it's about how to become a successful soulful business owner. Or your program can be about awakening your intuition, activating your psychic powers. So whatever that is, nobody refers a vague hourly arrangement with the same clarity or the same excitement when you have a program and you have a value there, and there's specific results. For me, if you notice me, I have a lot, right? Because I have the Reiki Master Apprenticeship. If you want to be a Master Energy Healer, life coaching certification, of course, for spiritual light workers. So it's spiritual life coaching. It's not just life coaching, but it's spiritual laws of the universe with NLP. And then I have the Soulful CEO VIP Mastermind for those who really want to build a business out of this and really increase your wealth consciousness and strengthen your abundance mindset. And Divine Goddess Creatrix program for self-love, confidence, embodiment, empowerment as a creatrix of your own life. And then I have the mindset, manifestation, and mastery if you want to be an official manifestation or magnetism coach. So, or if you want to master the power of your mind. And I would like to remind you that you are not just selling your time anymore. You're handing someone a map, a roadmap, a game plan. You already walked, you tested, and your own methodology that you yourself fully trust that works. And you got to trust in your own methodology. You got to know in your own gifts. You got to know how valuable your gifts are. Yes. So, now, your game plan in creating your massive high value ticket offer. Let's build this together step by step. So you can grab your journal or you can just simply reflect. What is your personal brand? What are your gifts? What are you here to give? And you already began answering this in your gift statement earlier. Feel free to share in the chat or in our WhatsApp messages or here in our group. Like, for example, for Leana, it's really plant seeds of love in others by embodying love so fully that inspires others to discover, cultivate, and share their own. I'm not requiring you to be so specific. Other coaches would actually tell you to be so specific. But for me, as long as you know the people you're here to serve, it can be general, as long as you know the problem that you're solving, the value that you're providing. And when you close your eyes and connect, you really know which kind of people you want to serve. Like for me, I love serving every one of you here, every single one of you who are present here in this container right now. You're my most ideal clients. So I want you to focus on that. Who are you here for? What are you here to give them? Focus first on just one of the outcomes you specialize in or a smaller version of a goal can be attained in a shorter amount of time. Keep it simple and always be in service to your clients. You do not need to solve every problem she has ever had. You need to solve the one thing she's longing for right now. Number 3, who is your ideal, perfect for your dreamy client? This is what module 3 is all about. So go back to your module 3 notes here because the answer is already written in your journal from last time. What's something your ideal clients are always talking about, complaining about, or trying to figure out how to create for themselves? Number 4, will your help in achieving the goal or the vision be best delivered as an intensive program like a course, a VIP day, a retreat, or broken up into sessions over time? Again, there's no wrong answers here, only the answer that's true for how you love to work and how your ideal client loves to receive. Like for me, I realized my ideal client loves to receive in both ways. They don't just, because before I focused on the group program and something's lacking there. So I started offering the one-on-one coaching more on a container basis, not like hourly sessions, but really having that 3-month coaching private mentorship program. Number 5, how much time does someone need with you to actually create this vision? I want you to be honest, not how much time would look impressive, but how much time real transformation genuinely requires. So this can range from 1 month to 5 years to lifetime. For me, it's at least 3 months private mentorship, and then you can renew 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. But I offer lifetime group coaching, and that's something that I was just guided to do. I was just feeling called to do, and my own coach would tell me not to do it. She told me, do not ever do lifetime. That's going to be causing so much leakage in your business. But I was just guided to do that. So I accept it. Yeah. So what are the benefits your ideal client will get from the package? Not the features, but the actual benefits. And we'll go deeper into this distinction, the features and the benefits next module. But what are the benefits? Number 7, what price makes sense for the value you're going to deliver? Let this be guided by the transformation, the value you provide, not by what you think you're allowed to charge, not by, oh, my mentor only charges $1,000, so I can only charge that same rate, or only 5,000 and I can only charge that rate. What if you can charge more than that? Why are you not allowed to do $400 per hour? Why not? Because your mentor only charges $40 per hour. Is that why it is? Because you're benchmarking with other people in the Philippines? I know someone in the community who paid a coach before $1,000 per hour. $1,000 per hour. She paid for that session. And now, like, she's saying that, she doesn't have that much money for coaching, etc. But my point is, before she was able to, recognize that value. But the point is, the point that I'm getting at is, it's because the person she paid $1,000 per hour to knows her value. And that was also like a light bulb moment for me, because I was like, what's the difference? Why are the other coaches receiving that much? And it doesn't matter if she's an African, spell magic worker somewhere in Cayman Islands. I don't know, it's Cayman Islands in Africa. um, but it doesn't matter wherever she's from. Wait, I wanna know who this. Yeah, Cayman Islands is in Africa. I don't wanna quote something that's not. I no, are not in Africa. Sorry, it's in Caribbean Sea. Apologies. It was brought to the islands from Africa. Okay, it's near Africa. I don't know why the Cayman Islands just popped in my mind, but I mean, some people would say, "Oh, I'm worth $1,000 per hour because, I'm from a lineage of witches, powerful witches." Are you not from a lineage of powerful witches? Or like, I'm well educated. Are you not well educated? Why it's a matter, why are people receiving this kind of money? It's because that's what they believe in. It's what they strongly believe in, that they strongly believe that that's their worth. And you cannot have access to them if you don't pay that amount of abundance exchange. And they're very, very clear on that. Like, no one can have access to me if they don't pay um $1,000 per hour, because that's simply how they believe. That's just simply their belief system. Even my own coach, because I have several coaches right now. One of my coaches, I don't do one-on-one session with her because her one-on-one sessions are like $2,222 per hour. Two per hour. In pesos, that's like more than 100,000 pesos per hour. Per hour. I repeat, per hour. And um and that's just how she believes in. But I'm plugged in her mastermind, so she she has group masterminds for like $2,000 or $3,000 for 3 months, like that. So I'm plugged in her several of her masterminds. But then if you want one-on-one coaching with her, you cannot have access to her one-on-one if you don't pay $2,000 per hour. And that's just how they believe it. That's just their mindset, you know? And I'm still processing this. I'm still figuring this out as I go along, because I I'm very much open. So like, I give private access with me, even though the 3 month container, for example, is done. And I mean, you're supposed to renew another 3 months in order to receive private access with me. But I'm very flexible and open. So that's also something that I'm processing right now, like how to have the healthy boundaries with like the one-on-one access, but I just want you to know what is happening, like how my coaches function, how other coaches would really set strict boundaries that you cannot have one-on-one private access with me if you don't pay $1,000 per hour. That's how it is for others. I'm just saying. So, let's outline your offer. How much time does someone need with you to create the goal or the vision? And what are the benefits your ideal client will get from your package? And what price makes sense for the value you're going to deliver? And give it a sexy name and tagline, something that hints at the possibility and potential you'll help your clients reach. Names that carry frequency. For me, I just love the spiritual awakening coaching program because I'm focusing on the spiritual light workers, on the spiritual life coaches, on the yoga instructors, the oracle readers, the meditation teachers. Those are my um, ideal client, my promise people, right? So label it so that it will resonate with the people that you're serving. And this carries a completely different energy than simply saying coaching session. Instead of saying, oh, I offer coaching session, you got to give it a name that really is sexy and juicy. And, your ideal client will be so curious to know more about, right? I want to know the names of your program, if you can share in the chat. For example, Aliyah, what's the name of your program again, my love? It's an embodiment, right? You're an embodiment coach, a goddess embodiment coach. So what is it? What's the name of your program? You gotta name it. You gotta name it in a way that your ideal client would resonate with it. Aliyah says, awaken and embody your soul's calling. See, it's so sexy. It's so juicy. It's like, oh my gosh. If I was myself back in high school or college, university, and I see this and I see Aliyah, such a goddess, I would definitely enroll in that program. I want to be awakened. I want to embody my soul calling. It's that sexy name. It's a beautiful and sexy and gorgeous name. You gotta label it that in a way that it feels good for you. Like, for example, Leanna as Lumina. How can it get any better than that? Lumina, right? I mean, so powerful for me. When I first heard it, I was like, wow. And then now, so I just want to quote, Patty now has aligned and awakened founders. Aligned and awakened founders. See, it's just so good. I love it also because in my journey, I love those three words. If you notice from everything that I teach, it's always awaken, align, activate. Awaken, align, activate. Awaken, align, activate. Awaken, align, activate. That's everywhere in my teachings. And I love how we're all, I mean, it's not mine, but we're creating our own concoction, our own juicy offering. Thank you for being here, my dear Aliyah, and congratulations. Let me read Aliyah's wins. Wins was able to move around and clean up our room, do my laundry, and get sunlight after weeks of bed rest. Slowly getting back up on my backlogs, one thing at a time. Attracted event spaces for free. Ooh, wow. That's a win. That's a win. Attracted event spaces for free. That's a win. Intention, gain sustainable and momentum, again slowly but surely without depleting myself in energy. Focus on filling my own cup first before serving other people. Yes, yes, yes. Release self-limiting beliefs, old unhealthy habits, and the need to work hard to prove I'm worthy of receiving. I feel every single word here. This is also my own intention. Pray and blessings for my upcoming events this August 16 and 27 to 28. Oh my gosh, 16 in 2 days. Blessing you and everyone here. It is done, it's complete, it's fulfilled. So be it, and so it is. And Manila pen, right? Manila pen. I was like, whoa, girl. Congratulations, sisters. All of you inspire me a lot. All right. So I would love for you to outline your offer. So once you know your game plan, it's time to outline the actual structure. And there are 8 elements to hold here. So length of time. How long will it take for someone to complete the offer or for the service to be provided? Aligned price point. How much will your offer be? Delivery. How are you delivering it? Weekly Zoom calls, Voxer access, or WhatsApp, Slack, Gmail, Google Docs, or a combination or all of the above. Solution to a problem. What problem does your offer solve? What's the desired outcome your offer is solving for? A lot of you have already answered this in our one-on-one private mentorship. But again, now you can revamp it, or if you have not yet finished this is the time. Program promise or promise of value. What specific results does your offer create or achieve? Does it save resources, time, money, sleep, peace of mind? And I want you to know that this is the most important part of all of this. Number 5, the promise of value. What do you solve? Number 6, incentives and bonuses. Will there be an incentive or bonus included in your offer? Maybe your one-on-one private coaching includes a bonus resource vault of files, templates, or scripts. Number 7, title, the name of your offer or package. Number 8, signature methodology. What is your signature process or method? Your own how-to or step-by-step framework. So a methodology doesn't have to be complicated to be powerful. It simply has to be yours and presented with clarity so that both you and your clients always know exactly what step comes next or what the journey is all about. For example, for me, it is always awaken, align, and activate. And Leanna has her CAPE method, if I may share. Leanna has CAPE method inside Lumina, her spiritual awakening mentorship. She has 4 clear phases. If I remember correctly, it's awakening, activation, embodiment, and service, right?
Oh, that's for
Oh, that's for
that's a different one.
oh, the clarity, and then yeah. Can you
Clarity,
tell us about the CAPE
alignment,
method?
pathfinding, empowerment.
Pathfinding, empowerment, yes. And then in the spiritual awakening mentorship, there's more phases of awakening, and then the service is the last step. So can you tell us again the CAPE? Clarity.
Yeah, so yung KPMR, that's more of like the like pillars or like principles that I
Mm-hmm.
use. So that's
Yes.
clarity, alignment,
Pathfinding,
pathfinding, and empowerment.
empowerment. Yes, perfect. So you can have these pillars, or you can have phases in your methodology, in your process, but you gotta name them. You gotta name them. And your clients should know exactly where they are in their own journey and what comes next. And this doesn't have to be so strict. I just want you to have keywords. That's what I'm saying, just keywords. And you can create like uh mnemonic for it, but it can also be as simple as just telling them what is it all about, right? For me, it's always awaken, align, and activate, and always like it's about manifesting and magnetizing both divine masculine and divine feminine. So yeah, I remember for Leanna, she has this phases as well, that the last step would, like, if you want to share your service to the world, then like for me, I also help you share your purpose, your gifts to the world. So, and that's the last step in the journey. Like we would start first with healing. A lot of you here who started with me, I don't force you right away to I don't pressure you to, share your gifts out in the world. Like for example, for Patty, for Cheryl, for Isa, we started with, healing, a lot of healing work, forgiveness. Then when you're ready, now you can be a space holder for others, right? To give service to others. So you gotta name them, And um you don't have to be so strict about it. You can also course correct along the way. You can change it up as you go along, and you simply are you're walking your client through the way that you have already walked before, right? So this is what a signature methodology does for you. It doesn't need 12 steps or complicated language to sound really credible, but it needs enough clarity that a client could describe it back to a friend when another friend would ask, what are you doing working with her? What are you doing with her? What are you working for? So um you don't have to describe it in so many words. For me, my keywords are awaken, align, activate. Manifest, magnetize. It just depends on how you want to hold space for others in a way that it worked for you. Like, for example, for Aliyah, it's awaken and embody. Yeah, so ask yourself, what are the natural phases for your own transformation work already moves through? And honestly, you've likely been guiding people through the same sequence that you have instinctively been doing for yourself for years, even if you're not yet paid right now. For some of you, you're not yet offering your coaching program to others, but you've been doing this longer than you realize. So today, it's simply about naming it, claiming it, and making it official. So what is it? What is it for you? What is your methodology? What is your signature style? And you don't have to invent a whole new methodology from nothing, because you have already been living this. You only have to notice the one you've already been living and give it a name that's worthy of what you are delivering, the value that you're delivering. Yes. So um again, please, this is the last slide, so please do that on your own comfortable time, and I know a lot of you here have done it already. Now, in creating your synchronistic successful spiritual business plan, we are zooming out from the offer itself to the whole business holding your offer. This is where strategy and spirit meet, where the practical and the divine work together instead of against each other. So you have strategy and you have the spiritual selling, the energetics and the practicality of it. So ask yourself these questions and let your answers flow without overthinking. What is your tagline? What do you stand for? For me, empower, heal, love. Empower, heal, love. What is it for you? Will you share? What is your tagline? Can I ask? What is your tagline, everyone? How about you, Layana, Aliyah, Patty? What is your tagline? Isa, is it sovereign queen? I remember you were sharing about that word sovereignty to me a lot. So what is your tagline? For example, for me, it's very simple. Empower, heal, love. Empower, heal, love. Sometimes I change it up to my methodology, which is awaken, align, activate. So what is your tagline? Layana says, I always share in my reels that I help clients with self-discovery, personal empowerment, spiritual growth. I love this. This is it. Self-discovery, personal empowerment, spiritual growth. I love that. This is so complete. This is so comprehensive and complete. So good. So what is your tagline? How about you, Aliyah, Patty, Isa, Anne, um, Aliyah? I already called you. Yeah. So um, let your answers flow. What do you stand for? What is the transformation that you offer? What is your vision? What is your mission? What are your goals, your dreams, your desires, your intentions? What are the services you offer? So you list down all the services that you offer. You don't need to have so much, and I've already told you that to limit it, and then even have like one abundance exchange for all the services. You don't need to have like, $20 for breath work and $100 for tarot reading, or just have one for all of your services. That's what I suggest. What is your marketing strategy? What is your business setup? What will you work alone or with a team? I used to work with a team, but I realized, what? I'm better to, like, I used to have like collaborative partners, but I ended up doing all the marketing. So now I have a team, yes, but I'm the main character, and then I have, a team who helps me. So if you have partners, who are your partners? What are the organizations you're part of? And you don't need every answer perfected today. This plan is meant to evolve as you evolve. And you're allowed to build this plan imperfectly and revise it as you grow. And feel free to course correct along the way. A business plan is not really strict, or it's not a cage for you to like strictly follow or be limited in. It is a compass. A business plan is a compass, a map, and a compass is allowed to be recalibrated. So it can evolve as you do. All right. So as we end the module, you can share your questions, your insights. I would love to give a preview of Module 5 and a recap of what we've taken today, of what we processed today. First, I want you to let your body settle into becoming a successful, soulful business owner, an entrepreneur. And I really want you to know, what are you here to give to the world? I want you to finalize, revamp, or if you have not yet done so, write your gift statement in one to two to three sentences. I'm here to give what? What are you here to give the world? Describe the transformation you know how to deliver better than almost anyone. Like, for example, for Leanna, it's self-discovery, personal empowerment, spiritual growth. I love this so much. You can say, I'm here to give women permission to trust their own inner voice, their own inner knowing. The one transformation I know how to deliver better than anyone is helping someone go from constantly seeking outside validation to finally trusting her own gut, her own gifts, her own voice, her own intuition, without second guessing herself. From now moving forward. And I want you to really reflect. If you stopped offering hourly sessions today and only offered one high-end signature program, focus on that first one, then you can add one more after that. What would you call it? What would it include? What client would you be calling in? And what client would you be releasing to make room for the client that you're calling in? Right? Like what Isa shared earlier, she was releasing a client to make room for more aligned clients. So what is that coaching program? Will it include weekly live coaching, or will it include WhatsApp support like how I do between sessions? Are you going to give private messaging support? Do you have a resource vault of guided meditations and journal prompts and PDFs? And what is the client that you're releasing to make room for the woman of the client that you really want to serve? Releasing the one that's no longer aligned makes room for the one who is really truly ready to commit to her own transformation, to commit to your work together. So as we close, please feel free to ask any questions. You can drop one word in the chat describing how you're feeling right now. I want you to feel free to type or verbally express any light bulb moments or any divine downloads, key takeaways or insights you'd like to share with our mastermind group. And yeah, if you have questions right now, this is the time to do that. And then I'll give the closing blessing soon. And if you have light bulb moments to share. So a preview of Module 5, a glimpse of what's ahead for us next Friday. It's all about the art of spiritual marketing and energetic selling with soul and purpose. So we're going to uncover why your offers are not selling and aligning your quantum energy with your sales process. We'll walk through how to sell the key benefits and not the features and we'll finally understand fully that selling is serving and how to make it easier and more fun. So today, you built the container. Next week, we learn how to invite your soulmate clients to actually step inside the container with soul, with ease, and with true alignment instead of pressure, instead of force. And yeah, so this is what is happening in the coming days. And here's a small glimpse further down the road in our mastermind. So module 6 is energy clearing and activating your energetic codes for successful soulful selling, clearing visibility fears, and breaking upper limits. So claiming your magnetic client attraction codes as well. And module 7 is actually my favorite. It's so we have clearing statements, so please be there. A lot of energetic downloads and affirmations and energy clearing, or module 6. Module 7 is my favorite. It's all about soul aligned mindset shifts, sales strategies, and funnel sequence. And again, every module builds on the one before it. You're not just learning separate lessons, you're being rebuilt layer by layer into the successful soulful CEO you already are underneath it all. So yes, so just to review what we've tackled today, we explored what you're here to give and turned it into a real gift statement. I would love for you to really process that and share that also in your profiles. What is your gift or your gift statement? We released the mindset of the requirement of having hourly firefighting model that keeps healers poor and clients underserved. And we got honest about the difference between low-end clients and high-end clients. And we're painting a full picture of your ideal client, as we have done in module 3. We are now understanding why a signature coaching program matters more than random sessions. I swear I've never been taught this way until 2023 when I joined the Soul Aligned Business Mastermind. I never knew that really this is how it's supposed to be. And then I realized, oh, my Reiki Master Apprenticeship is somehow a signature coaching program, but it's not fully a signature coaching program. I haven't launched it that way, you know? So it's really for you to create something of massive value. We're building your game plan for a massive value, high ticket offer. We're outlining the elements of your offer together so you can share with me if you have ever revamped your signature coaching program. Share with me. We're mapping your synchronistic business plan. Okay, so again, feel free to ask questions. This is the space for that. Please drop one word in the chat describing how you're feeling right now, or feel free to type or verbally express any light bulb moments, divine downloads, key takeaways, or insights you'd like to share with our mastermind group right now. We will extend for a few minutes. Oh my God, we ended on time. Yay. So this is always 2 to 2.5 hours. And yeah, if you have questions, let me know. If not, I can share some questions that are usually asked to me. And before I do the closing blessing. So one question that I was asked before is how do I choose how do I choose just one outcome to focus on for my signature offer? Because I love several things, different things. I could help people with different things. So you don't have to choose one forever, you know, but only for this offer, for the first one. Relax into it. You can have another, you can have a second, you can have a third, you can have a fourth. Just decide on, pick the outcome on what you want to focus on. Pick the outcome that feels most alive in you right now, that you want to focus on right now, the one you could talk about for an hour without getting tired, the one you're really passionate with, like the first one. And you can always build a second signature offer later. And trying to fit all 5 outcomes into one program is often why offers feel muddy and hard to sell. And that's, according to my personal experience, that's how it was before for me, because the container is trying to hold too much at once. So focus on one. And you can always create another program, but make sure that you don't cannibalize the first program. That's also one mistake. We can talk about this later on, like what cannibalizing it is, but meaning you got to have a specific focus for one program and then another program, right? Specific value. And another one that it's another question that always comes up: what if I price my offer so high and nobody buys it? That's a common question. This fear is so common, and I have realized that a high price rarely fails because it's too high. It's not because of it's too high. It's because the transformation in the process weren't clear enough for someone to see the value. That's where it fails. We fail to make the client understand how valuable it is. It's not about the price. It's never about the price. It's about how to make your client understand, or how to allow them to understand how valuable it is, and it's communicating the value that you provide. It's not about the price. It's communicating the value. So you got to get the promise, the methodology, the benefits really crystal clear, and the price becomes far easier to hold and accept once the value of the offer itself is crystal clear. That's why you gotta really know, how valuable you are, what value you're giving. For me, I love having a coach. It's like I would I would never stop having a coach. It just empowers me, it strengthens me, it gives me more motivation to show up, you know. So, other people have hourly clients. Do I need to cut them off completely to move into high ticket offers? That's another question. The answer is no, not necessarily. You can honor your current agreements while building your signature program alongside them. I usually encourage you to move to packages first, usually 3+1 or 4+1. As your new container fills, you naturally transition. You often invite your best hourly clients into the new offer. And then since they already know you, they like you, they trust you, they will start with that. They will respect that shift, the transition. And how do I know if my signature methodology is good enough to teach or to share? It doesn't this is something that I want you to know. It doesn't need to be original in the sense that no one has ever taught anything like it before. It doesn't need to be original. Everything is universal knowledge here. What I'm telling you, what I'm teaching you now, this is universal knowledge. It just needs to be taught by you. One idea can be taught by several people at the same time in different ways. I mean, you'll see a lot of self-help books, and I buy them and I read them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the same teaching as in this book, but taught in a different way. And it has to be authentically yours, meaning it reflects exactly how you personally understand, how you personally guide someone through transformation and breakthroughs based on your own gifts, your own unique divine soul gifts, your own talents, your own personal experiences. So two coaches can teach the same core principles and have completely different, equally powerful methodologies, because the methodology is really a reflection of your own energy and process, your own, as I've mentioned, personal experience, your own unique divine soul gifts, right? And don't ever feel guilty charging high-end prices. Especially some people fear to charge when they know some of their community members can't afford it. This is why there's the 80-10-10 split. That's why it exists. Your high-end offer funds for your capacity to give freely elsewhere. Your high-end offer funds your charity or pro bono work. Through your charity or pro bono work, you give to the ones who cannot afford. Your free community content, your generosity, and free discovery calls. But you gotta have a high-end offer. Guilt about pricing often comes from believing you can only help people at one single price point. Now you open up your mind, you expand. I can serve everyone in every single price point. That is the expansion. You're not like, oh my God, my prices are so high, so I can only um I cannot reach the ones who can't afford anymore. I can only serve the rich people. No, you can serve everyone. In truth, a thriving high-end business is often what makes real generosity sustainable instead of depleting and exhausting. Instead of being depleted and exhausted, you you have more space and more resources and more energy to be generous if you have a high-end ticket offer. Like imagine someone paying you 5,000 US dollars for a 3-month coaching container. I want you to really realize that. And this is my truth. Sometimes I discount 5,000 becomes 4,000, or sometimes it can be like extended installment. But this is my truth. $5,000 for 3-month private coaching mentorship. But other people charge even more. They charge $10,000. But that gives me the space to and the energy for my free offerings. Last question. What if my business plan changes completely 6 months from now? A lot of my students would ask me, okay, I'll create one and then I change my mind anytime. Growth means your plan should evolve. So just write the business plan today, just write whatever it feels good for you today. It's not a fixed solid stone. It's a map for right now. As you evolve into your highest future self, you evolve and your business plan evolves with you. The soul aligned entrepreneurs who are successful in their field and who last longest are not the ones who never change their plan, but they're the ones who stay flexible enough to keep listening to insights and reflections and feedback from others and from within, and implementing the $1 million ideas that and downloads that you receive from spirit and from others as well as you grow. So as you grow, you implement the ideas and be open for insights, reflections, and feedback. Now, insight for a person, like, is it all right if you, Leanna says, along the same lines as what you're saying now. Is it all right if you share what you have written, Leanna, my love?
Yeah, sure. I can just read it. We can also allow flow to happen here. Like, it took me a while to really identify my target clients, especially for the coaching program. And I thought I needed to figure it out before even launching anything. But, like I had to be okay with the rough draft of my vision and kind of let things
Mm,
unfold until I can see my, what you call promised people more clearly.
yes.
Um, Otherwise, like I think I would have been stuck for a really long time. And as you said, like you have to be open to growth, you have to be open to evolving the program. I don't think anyone really cares or sees if and says, oh, it's unfinished. I feel like it's an internal voice that
Yeah,
we have,
correct.
kind of like, like when you have a pimple on your face and you keep fixating, oh, people will see the pimple on my face. Like, no one really cares about that, but it's just, I think you just need to show up and grow along the way. Um, Oh, and then I'm just gonna read this, Naren. I just said I saw a post about that. Even if you're teaching the same things as others, what's different is your energy, your aura, and the space you hold for them.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Leanna. Exactly. What's different is your energy, your aura, and the space you hold for them, and your own flavor, your own style. Yes, that's it. Your energy. That's what I was saying earlier. I love how you say it in a different way. See, it's the same idea. You say it in a different way, but the same idea inside. So good. Yes. Isa, I was skimming through my dozens of journals in the background trying to find the program I've already drafted somewhere, and I just want to share this. I wrote last February for one of the masterclasses. I think the 10x version of me thinks about success as her natural state. She lives and breathes it. Success is simple for her. Success is authentic and genuine with her because that's what she embodies. Success is a mirror of both her shadow work and light work. Affirmation. Anything I work on and work with becomes so successful, and anything you touch turns into gold. Figuratively, not really literally. Yay! 11, 11. Ooh, look at you. Always. I love your sharings. If I can request a picture, if you're willing and available, and if not, you can just send me your emoji. And then I'll give my final closing blessing. If there's no questions, we'll end early. Smile. More. Yay! Love it. No questions, huh? Always just insights. I love this. And then I know sometimes you message me your questions, which I still love. Like when by the end of the class and then you realize you have a quick question, feel free to um send me your questions. All right. I'm checking if my son is here. Okay. We're gonna go grocery shopping after this. And remember our mantra. I am thank you for your sharings. I love. Thank you, Leanna. Thank you, Isa. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Aliyah. So this is our. Thank you, Aliyah, my love. Aliyah and I have something coming, and I'll be sending a message to the group about it. I'm sending you so much love, my love. All right, place your hand on your heart and say our declaration, our healing mantra together with me. Can you touch your heart, one hand on your heart, the other one on your belly, or both hands on your heart? I am deeply valued and fully supported. I am the COO of my life, and God is my CEO. I be first, I do from that place, and everything I have is the evidence of who I already am. I'm safe to receive, I'm safe to be seen, I'm safe to be wealthy, whole, and free. It is done, it is completed, it is fulfilled. So be it. And so it is. And later, I will be asking you if you would love to meet next week, or if you want to meet every like bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, if that's better. And tomorrow we have the More Love, More Money closing ceremony. So if you want to join us tomorrow, it's same time. And it's with, of course, dear Patty. And before we close, I want you to receive this blessing with me. You can just close your eyes or your eyes open with a soft gaze and just allow yourself to receive my blessing for everyone here. May your signature program become the vessel that finally carries your gift to every soul who has been praying for someone exactly like you. May your abundance exchange, may your prices reflect the true depth and the value of your work, and may every client who arrives be ready, willing, and available and grateful to receive the gifts that you offer. And may your business plan stay flexible enough to flow and grow alongside you, and strong and firm enough to hold you steady when growth feels uncertain at times. And may you remember always that you were never meant to prove your worth through exhaustion or hustle, that you always know the answers within you. You're always divinely connected. You're always deeply valued and fully supported. May you flow freely with life and allow life to flow through you freely with ease, grace, and joy. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away all your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. And may you walk gently through the earth and know its beauty all the days of your life. May you always be happy, healthy, and harmonious. And let us bring our hands together in prayer and recite following affirmations with me, or you can just simply say yes. Just for today, I'm at peace, I trust, I'm grateful, I work joyfully, I'm love. And with a smile on our faces, let's slowly and gently open our eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you tomorrow for those who are joining us. And see you on Monday for a month